So welcome to the Villages, Florida. The Villages, if you haven't heard of it, is a retirement community located about 30 minutes south of Ocala and about an hour north of Orlando.
And here we are getting ready to golf Glenview with the beautiful views and the wonderful entryway to a beautiful golf course.
Hi, I'm Debbie.
Hi, I'm Jan, and today we're playing the Glenview Championship course.
Box run to Stirrup Cup. So here we are on the tee box, and in the Villages, most of the courses you'll find 6 sets of tees. They go all the way from the pros all the way up to the very beginner amateurs, which are the yellow tees up at the front.
On number 2, we see that the grass is a little burnt, not really burnt, it's just brown and dormant because there was some cold weather in January and February.
Yeah, we had a hard frost. Some people lost a lot of plants and everything. So when we're driving between holes there, we get a scenic view of our cows, our local cows there. And here we are on the par 5. This is the third hole, and we are on Fox Run. It's a beautiful hole. There's some water typically off to the right. We're a little bit dry, as you can see, but there is some water off to the right. It's a long hole and really scenic.
And uphill, and it's supposed to be, Fox, they say, is the most scenic of the 3.
You'll also find a lot of homes on the courses up here in the Villages. As you saw on the left-hand side of the course, there were a lot of homes lined up. Those are typically designer or premier homes, and we'll talk in another video about some of the homes and the differences in the real estate here.
And here's the par 3 that's real fun because the rock's right in front. It's a short hole, but very challenging.
And here we are walking to the green, and I will say some of these videos that we took, we did tend to look backward because a lot of times the most beautiful views are actually from the green looking backwards. So make sure you do check out your scenery when you're here.
Number 4, you can tell it's a high tee box, and it has a beautiful area, trees on the side, water on the left, and of course it was a gorgeous day in Florida.
And this hole I find to be one of the hardest ones on this course. Very intimidating because it's got trees along the right. You don't have a lot of room to the right, and then you've got the water on the left. Very pretty, but to me this is one of the more challenging holes. And up to hole number 6. This one is the other par 3. And again, not terribly scary, just the water to the left. You just want to make sure you don't go too far left.
Glenview was built in the year 2000, and it's really hard to believe that it's already been 22 years. It also has the longest yardage of over 7,100 yards.
And rumor has it that this was actually built initially to host professional tours. And I understand that there was a Shoot Your Age tour here one time. There's also rumor that the wires are all underground as far as them being able to hook up to the TVs and the audio and everything so that the tournaments could be broadcast from here in the Villages.
And also the Villages High School and Junior High practice at Glenview, and it's really refreshing to see those young people out pulling their pull carts.
So this is the 8th hole, which is generally a pretty easy hole unless you get stuck in the sand.
And when you're stuck in the sand, oops, make sure that the wind isn't in your face. And also, there was a lot of rakeage that had to be done.
Yeah, I guess it must have been no rake day. There were a lot of footprints in all the sand there.
There was.
So here we are coming up to the 9th hole, and this hole is very pretty. So on the left there, you've got the driving range, and then on the right again, you've got some homes. And this is real pretty. You kind of approach the clubhouse again. 2 of the courses do come in on the 9th hole, and you approach the clubhouse as you come up to the green. And then you always hope that you get on the green properly and can putt well, because as you can see, the lunch people are all sitting there watching you as you approach. Now we made the turn to Stirrup Cup.
And Stirrup Cup is said to be the most challenging of the 3 courses at Glenview.
And we love Stirrup Cup. It's very unique in its layout, and we'll show you some of that as the video proceeds.
In the villages, we have 13 championship courses. 10 of them are 27 holes, and 3 of them are 18 holes.
And what happens on the 27 holes is we have 3 9-hole courses basically, and those tee times work off of a wave system. So with a traditional 18-hole course, you can pretty much make a tee time anytime and get that. On the 27-hole courses, you have wave system. And so what that means is there are 2 waves every day. So the first wave starts at roughly 7 o'clock, 7:30, depending on the time of year. And then the last tee time you can make for that wave would be like 9:20, 9:30. So then that allows those people to play their front 9, then they transfer to the back 9. So then if you want to play the second wave, you would start at roughly noon, and then you goes till about 2:30. And so then those people would play from noon to basically 4:30, 5 o'clock, whatever time they would finish up. So that's how that works. You don't normally get like a 10 o'clock tee time, 11 o'clock tee time on any of the 27-hole courses, and that's the reason why, is because they're running off a wave system because they've got the 3 courses all transferring to each other.
And the nice thing about the wave system is you can get a lot of golf in and a lot of people through. There's only one drawback, is if you are a fast player, you're off first, you might have to wait until the last of the first wave all get off before you get to go on your next rotation. But it doesn't happen very often.
And we just love the quicker pace here down in the villages.
Ready
Keep it
golf.
moving, people.
Ready golf, ready golf.
There was a helicopter hovering overhead, and we're pretty sure it was ESPN taking highlight reels of our golf.
Of course.
So in the background there, you'll see some villas. Those are considered courtyard villas because they've got a fence and a wall in between each of the units. This particular neighborhood is really unique because it literally sets in the middle of Stirrup Cup Golf Course. So as you'll see for these next several holes, they'll be on the left-hand side as we go around that neighborhood. So lots of villas with lots of golf course views, which actually is very unique for that particular setup.
Note on the right, there is a preserve for turtles. You will see in the villages on quite a few of the courses, they're trying to help save the owls and the turtles by having these in restricted areas.
Which is awesome.
It is very.
And so here's another example, a little bit closer picture of the courtyard villas that are running right along the side of Stirrup Cup. So something else to know about the villages and their golf is that we have a tee time system available to residents, and you can go online and make yourself a tee time. Now there is a charge for this internet service. I believe it runs $8 or $9 a month. It's nothing expensive, but it is the easiest way to make a tee time in the villages, whether you're playing a championship course or if you're playing an executive, which are 9-hole courses, which I think we have 33, 35, something like that.
I think so.
Executive courses.
And also, they all also have the telephone system, but it's very frustrating because if you make one little mistake, then you have to start all over. So most people choose to do the online.
It's the most efficient system that they have. And then here's the entryway to those villas that we were referring to that do run on the inside of Stirrup Cup.
And also, I've heard that they're extremely, extremely active, and it is a really fun little community within a community.
And here we go. We're going to play the par 4. This runs down, and again, usually there's water in that pond to the left. We're a little bit dry right now, but this has always been a really pretty hole, one of my favorites. All right, so now we're going to putt it out and move on to the next hole, which is the 7th hole of Stirrup Cup. And this one is reported to be the longest in the villages.
And not only the longest, but uphill, and as you can see, all the white spots, many chances to get into trouble.
Yep, lots of sand traps, and there is, again, usually water running along the left-hand side there. So is it uphill both ways like we used to walk to school?
And also, it's really nice when the wind's at your back, you can make it in 3, which I did this day. But when you have a strong wind coming down that fairway, it's really tough to make it in 3.
And then on to the next par 3. And this is the last one in this 18. And this is actually Leo's hole-in-one hole. Believe it or not, Leo actually got a hole-in-one there. This is a beautiful hole. You're looking over also at the second hole of Stirrup Cup. So now we're kind of making our way back to the clubhouse. And this is a pretty challenging hole depending on where they put the pin.
And there's water on both sides and a sand trap in front, so they make it fun.
And then here's some of the spectators that just couldn't get enough of us that day.
They tried clapping, but I don't think they could.
And then we're on to the 9th hole. Last hole for this 9, and it is another pretty hole. So that's actually the first hole that you took off of on Stirrup Cup. And there's that pond in between. And then now we're running straight toward the clubhouse.
And we are delighted to see the clubhouse because we know then a beverage is soon to follow.
Cocktail hour, that's a big thing in the villages. All right, here we're chipping on and getting ready to putt in. We can just taste the cocktails already.
We finished our 18, another beautiful day.
It was a beautiful day that day. And that is the saying, it's another beautiful day in the villages. When you guys come to check in, if you are driving a car, you would park around the front of this building, and then you can go around the back to check in. If you see that door on the left underneath the windows, that is where you would go in to check in. And they do have t-shirts and shirts and golf attire to be purchased in there, hats, golf balls, anything that you might need for your day of golfing. And this is the outdoor patio that you can order food and beverages on, and you can sit there and laugh at the golfers getting frustrated on the 9th hole of Fox Run.
Here we have the front entrance into the Glenview Country Club restaurant. It also was established in 2000. They offer a lovely and yummy Sunday brunch, nightly meal specials, drink specials, and even dinner shows on some evenings.
And Glenview also has a tennis facility available to you. They have an indoor pro shop. This is the only pro shop that carries tennis gear in the villages.
Cute outfits.
And they have, yeah, they are. And they have 6 hard true clay courts. They also have lights if you like to play at night. And they have a little seating area. So a lot of the players, after they've played tennis, they'll sit, have a cocktail, and chat it up about their match. So here we are at the pool at Glenview. And Glenview is one of the rare pools that also has a hot tub. This was really a cool design. They made it look like a tennis racket. And if you see from above, there's actually lines in the pool, and it makes it look like the strings on the racket, which is pretty cool.
If you're looking for the cart rental, it is available to the left of the clubhouse. And here is the starter shack and the range balls for the driving range. And as you can see, people are practicing their skills, and it's a very nice driving range.
And sometimes they hit off the mats, and sometimes you'll hit off the turf.
Yeah.
We also have putting greens and a chipping range there too at Glenview.
And to practice your sand shots.
So today we had a great day playing Glenview Championship course. And the best thing about living in the villages is it's a great place to have a great time with great friends. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, and even if you didn't, please like and subscribe.